A dragon is a legendary creature, typically with serpentine or reptilian traits. Dragon may also refer to places. Dragon, Utah, United States, a ghost town. Dragon Cone, a volcano in British Columbia, Canada. Dragon Hill, Uffington, England. The Dragon, a section of US 129 between Deals Gap and C in Pumpkin Center, Tennessee. The Dragon, a grouping of galaxies in the field of Abel 370. People. Vlad II Dracul, Duke of Wallachia, nicknamed Vlad the Dragon. Carmen Dragon, American conductor and composer. Daryl Dragon, American musician and member of Captain and Amp Tenniel. Tatsumi Fujinami, Japanese professional wrestler, nicknamed The Dragon. Bruce Lee, Chinese actor and martial artist, nicknamed The Dragon. Lyoto Machida, Brazilian martial artist, nicknamed The Dragon. Ricky Steamboat, American professional wrestler, nicknamed The Dragon. Matthew Stevens, snooker player, nicknamed The Welsh Dragon. Don the Dragon Wilson, American champion kickboxer and actor. Arts, entertainment, and media. Fictional entities. Dragon. Dragon, by J.R.R. Tolkien. Dragon. Dragons, by Melanie Rawn. Dragons, by Anne McCaffrey. The Dragon. Richard Dragon, a comic book character. Dragon Shuyu, US and Seiyu character. Film Dragon, an action fantasy film. Dragon, a Hong Kong Chinese martial arts thriller. Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, a 1993 biographical film. Dragons 3D, a 2013 IMAX film starring Max von Sydow. Gaming Dragon, a Dungeons & Amp Dragons magazine. Dragon, a version of the video game Mega Man Star Force. Dragon Tiles, a type of honor tile in Mahjong. Sicilian Defense. Dragon Variation, a chess opening. Literature. Dragon, a 1998 novel by Stephen Brust. Dragon, a 1990 novel by Clive Cussler. Dragon, fantasy novels by Lawrence Yep. Dragon, by Anam Desiri Kalapagama. Dragon, by Alexei Tolstoy. Dragon, The Old Potter's Tale, a short story by Ryunosuke Akutagawa. Dragon Magazine, a Japanese light novel magazine. The Dragon, by Ray Bradbury. The Dragon, by Evgeny Schwartz. The Dragons, a 1996 fantasy novel by Douglas Niles. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, a crime novel by Stieg Larsson. Music groups. Dragon, a New Zealand, Australian rock group. Dragons, an English group. The Dragons, an American rock group. Imagine Dragons. Labels. Dragon Records, a Swedish jazz record label. Albums. Dragon, The Dragon, Dragonfly. Songs. Dragon, a song by Miriam Bryant. Dragon, a song by Martin Garrix on the album Break Through the Silence. Dragon, a song by the Sugar Cubes on the album Life's Too Good. Dragons, a song by Caravan Palace on the album Caravan Palace. Dance with the Dragon, a song by Jefferson Starship on the album Spitfire. Roller Coasters. Dragon, Iowa, United States. Dragon Challenge, Orlando, Florida. Dragon Coaster, New York. The Dragon Ocean Park, Hong Kong. Television. Dragon, a Canadian children's TV program. Dragon Television, a Chinese provincial satellite TV station. Theatre. Dragon, a 2013 co-production by Vox Motis, National Theatre of Scotland and Diangin Children's Art Theatre. Companies. Dragon Models Limited, a toy manufacturer. Dragon Petroleum, a Welsh fuel company. Dragonair, an airline. Education. Dragon School, a British preparatory school in Oxford, England. The Dragon Academy, a private school in Ontario, Canada. Mathematics and computing. Dragon, AMD Dragon, a platform engineered for gamers. Komodo Dragon, Dragon Chip, a line of Chinese CPUs. Dragon Curve, a family of fractal curves. Dragon Data, a Welsh computer manufacturer. Dragon 3264, two 1980s home computers. Dragon Naturally Speaking, a speech recognition software package. Military. Dragon, the short version of the blunderbuss. HMS Dragon, the name of several ships of the English-British Navy. M47 Dragon, an American anti-tank missile system. US Dragon, a Union Navy steamer during the American Civil War. Dragons, c. VMM 265. The Dragons, a display team consisting of 4 ex-Hawker hunters of No. 4 flying training school RAF during 1973. Nobility and Royalty. Dragon Throne, the throne of the Emperor of China. Order of the Dragon was a monarchical chivalric order for selected nobility. Science. Astronomy Draco, constellation of North Hemisphere. Biology Dragon, a membrane receptor protein. Draco volans, commonly known as the flying dragon, a species of lizard endemic to Southeast Asia. Komodo dragon, a large species of lizard found in the Indonesian islands of Komodo. Pogona, a genus of Australian lizards commonly called bearded dragons. Sports teams. Africa as Dragons, a soccer team in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. As Dragons FC de Loreme, a soccer team in Benin. Dragon FC, a soccer team in Equatorial Guinea. Asia China Dragon, an ice hockey team in China. Chunichi Dragons, a baseball team in Japan. Chunam Dragons, a football team in South Korea. Jeonnam Dragons, a football team in South Korea. Jiangsu Dragons, a Chinese basketball association team. Sichuan Dragons, a baseball team in China. Welco Dragons, a basketball team in the Philippines. Australia and Oceania AS Dragon, a soccer team. Darwin Dragons SC, a soccer team. Engadin Dragons, a junior rugby league team. Northcote Football Club, aka the Northcote Dragons, an Australian rules football team. St George Dragons, a rugby league team. St George Illawarra Dragons, a rugby league football club. Shell Harbour City Dragons, a rugby league team. South Dragons, a former team in the Australasian National Basketball League. Europus Dragon, a soccer team. Barcelona Dragons, an American football team in Spain. Catalans Dragons, a rugby league club in France. Celtic Dragons, a netball team in Wales, UK. Delft Dragons, an American football team in the Netherlands. Dragons de Rouen, an ice hockey team in France. Dublin Dragons, an American football team in Ireland. Dudelange Dragons, an American football team in Luxembourg. Glamorgan Dragons, a cricket team in the United Kingdom. Newport Gwent Dragons, a rugby union team in Wales, UK. RC Dragon Brno, a rugby union team in the Czech Republic. North America CD Dragon, a soccer team in El Salvador. Chesapeake Dragons, a soccer team in the U.S. Dayton Dragons, a baseball team in the U.S. Dragon Racing, an American auto racing team. Dragons, nickname of sports teams at Jefferson High School in Jefferson, Georgia in the U.S. Dragons, nickname of sports teams at Lake Orion High School in Lake Orion, Michigan in the U.S. Drexel Dragons, the sports teams of Drexel University in the U.S. Jersey Dragons, a soccer team in the U.S. Lane College Dragons, the sports teams of Lane College in the U.S. Los Angeles Dragons, an American football team in the U.S. Moorhead Dragons, the sports teams of Minnesota State University Moorhead in the U.S. New York Dragons, an arena football league team in the U.S. Phoenix Dragons, an inline hockey team in the U.S. San Antonio Dragons, an ice hockey team in the U.S. San Francisco Dragons, a field lacrosse team in the U.S. Thomasville Dragons, a women's soccer team in the U.S. Tiffin Dragons, the sports teams at Tiffin University in the U.S. Verdun Dragons, an ice hockey team in Canada. Wisconsin Dragons, a women's tackle football team in the U.S. Transport. Air de Havilland Dragon, a small commercial aircraft. Douglas B-23 Dragon, a twin-engined bomber aircraft. Independence Dragon, a German paraglider design. Land Dragon, Dragon Automobile Company, an American manufacturer. Dennis Dragon, a bus. Kaiser Dragon, a 1950s American car. Dragon, a GWR class locomotive. Dragon, of South Devon Railway Buffalo class locomotive. Dragon, a GWR Rover class locomotive. Dragon, a GWR 3031 class locomotive. Dragon New AG6 ACT, an electric freight locomotive. Water Dragon, a sailing yacht used in racing. Dragon Boat, a narrow canoe-style boat, used for the sport of dragon boat racing. Space Dragon, a French research-sounding rocket. Dragon, used by SpaceX to transport cargo to and from the International Space Station. Other uses. Dragon, in the Chinese zodiac. Dragon reactor, a gas-cooled nuclear reactor in England. Welsh Dragon, the flag of Wales.